Hello everyone. Today I'm going to teach you how to shoot a proper free throw. Now, what a free throw is in basketball, this is sort of a penalty shot when a player gets fouled when going up for a shot, or when a player gets fouled and they are in the shooting bonus. Now, how you usually see it is real one fluid motion, and most players will go through and shoot like this. Now, what I'm going to do for y'all today is to break it up to different parts and show you the proper technique for shooting a free throw. Now, before we begin, we usually break these up into several stages. We have our stance, hip placement, shoulder placement, proper arm placement and motion, and wrist placement and motion. Now, let's begin with proper stance. What we want to do is first get our feet shoulder width apart. Once we have it about shoulder width apart, we will actually curve our feet off to left at an angle. Now, this is for right-hand shooters. If you are left-handed, you'll want to go opposite direction. However, since I'm right-handed, I'm going to be doing this video for right-handed shooters. Now, once we get it off to our left here, make sure that it stays here, and when we go through the motion, we will keep our feet in the same placement. Now, when releasing the ball, you can give a little hop, or you can lift up, or you can even keep it fairly planted on the ground. This is just on personal preference. Next, we have hip placement. Once we have our stance, we want to keep our hips straight right here. You can see that we have a middle line here. We'll pretend that this is the middle of the goal. We want to keep our hips straight along here. So, we keep it straight, and when we go through the motion, we keep it straight through the entire motion. Next, we have shoulder position and motion. Now, what we do here is we also want to keep our shoulders straight with the goal. So just like with our hips, our shoulders are going to stay straight too. When we go through the motion, we want to curl our shoulders forward and down, and then bring it up and elevate. And we want to elevate them up like we're reaching towards the ceiling. Next, we have proper arm placement. Here, we want to keep, for right-hand shooters, our right arm straight. We'll keep it right here, and our left out here to the side. Now, when we go through the motion, we will want to keep our right arm right close to the middle. You can be off to the right a little bit, but try to be close to the middle as possible. When we go through, we reach up and extend our arm. Next, our left arm is here for support. What we do here is we keep it out pretty perpendicular to our right arm. When we start going through, we'll want to keep it relatively perpendicular, and we will create what we call a shooting window. You can see right here that we'll have this shooting window, so we can see the goal when we shoot through. Next, we have proper wrist placement and motion. Now, this one's very critical for shooting a really good free throw. What we first do is we're going to look at our right hand. What we want to do here is we keep our right hand just in a normal position, keep thumb out over here, and we want to concentrate on our index finger. We want to keep it about middle with the ball, and then everything else will help support. Another thing to do here is that we want to keep proper grip with this. You'll notice that there is actually a gap between the ball and my palm. We want to keep that gap. We only want to keep the ball on our fingertips. On our left hand, this is used more for support. This will have nothing to do with shooting, but is used more for support or guide. Again, we'll just keep it relatively simple. Probably your middle finger will need to be right in the middle, but it's more for support, so it's not as important. So when we go through, again, we want to have the ball on our fingertips on both ends. Next, we will have the wrist motion. When we go up, and once we get our arm high extended, this is when we'll want to release it. Proper release requires what we call flicking the ball. So with our index finger here, we will actually flick. Notice that it keeps a spiral with it too. This is very good. This will help, so if the ball bounces on the rim, it'll be more likely to fall into the hoop. So we flick it. Now, once we flick it, we're going to act like we're pointing towards the goal and dipping in, like so. So once we do that, we will keep this. Now we will keep this motion right, or we will keep this position right here until the balls fall. So we call this follow through. So we will go through and shoot like that. So this is my instructional video for shooting a proper free throw. If you practice enough, you can actually become fairly accurate and a very good free throw shooter. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you very much.